Psalm 123. Justice is the theme of this psalm, which is the perfect route for the sensitive and thoughtful mind. And so the previous psalm referred to thrones of judgment being set up in Jerusalem. You see, we've moved from distress to longing at seeing the vast abyss that lies between the dream and the reality in this world. Justice is absent. Jesus cried out, "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not." Must be some of the most poignant words in the New Testament, and ye would not. You see, the vision comes with a price. The heart is rent in two. We look at the pain and chaos and we hold it up against the vision of loveliness that God has shared with us in the Bible and was perfectly embodied in the Messiah Jesus, the living Word. We know that God has the answer. God's throne is established in righteousness and judgment, but the world of men definitely isn't. Evil is often acclaimed and awarded. Good is ignored or persecuted. In the words of the prophet, judgment is turned away backward and justice standeth afar off. Truth is fallen in the streets and equity cannot enter. You see, justice is absent. There remains a vast difference between the Jerusalem which is above and that which is below. Nobody knows this more than the Jews. They have known it for millennia. We are catching up, so to speak. In Jesus, we have become co-heirs together with Israel, heirs of the vision. Together, we look for the true Jerusalem to manifest in this world. And whilst most people think of love being the solution, the prophets of Israel highlighted the need for justice. They grieved at the injustice that they daily witnessed. The Torah, which is generally translated the law, are 5 books of instruction on how to establish justice in society. It's all very practical. And so you see, after the longing, there's this prayer, this yearning for justice. Verses 3 and 4. Have mercy upon us, O Lord, have mercy upon us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. Our soul is exceedingly filled with the scoffing of those who are at ease and with the contempt of the proud. These express the feelings which have inspired this psalm. The Jews are saying we are treated with contempt. In fact, they say we are exceedingly filled, as though overflowing with contempt. What a description of Israel today. They are filled with the contempt of the nations, the United Nations, if you like, being compared often with Hamas. No, they're just 2 bickering nations that can't get on. This is the attitude of those at ease in faraway countries who don't have a clue, who call good evil and evil good. These are described as those who are at ease and proud. Now, regarding the present war, it's unjust for the nations to impose restrictions on Israel that they themselves ignore. And it's the height of ignorance to keep reminding them to take care to avoid harming citizens when Israel takes greater care than any army in the history of the world, even to their own disadvantage. This is unbearable injustice. And this psalm is a cry for justice that we and the Jews know can only come from God. And so the psalm began with, "Unto thee I lift up mine eyes. Our eyes wait upon the Lord our God until he has mercy upon us." Now, many people who lived in the kibbutzim alongside the Gaza Strip were peaceniks, believing that Jews could live alongside Hamas in peace. Well, on the 7th of October, they learned a very hard lesson when the people for whom they provided work on their farms and free healthcare in world-class hospitals returned to kill, rape and pillage, All the goodwill in the world, you see, cannot change a human heart that has been poisoned from the cradle. Only the power of God can do that. The world is simply incurable. Social work, lofty ideals, diversity, tolerating things that are really intolerable, these have exacerbated the problem. Jews have often led in these things. Now, in the time of Jacob's trouble, the situation will compel them to admit something that finds moving expression in the next psalm that we'll look at in this series, where it says, if God hadn't been with us, they would have eaten us up alive. It's a hard lesson for peaceniks to learn. Distress, longing, and a cry for justice, these are the waymarks that lead to the coming of the Messiah, the return of Jesus. Shalom Shalom Israel. Pray for the peace of Israel.